people just yet. They chose their king, their power was met, but we don't answer to Ottawa yet. No crown gave us what we've earned, just dirt and fire and lessons learned. Now the ground it shakes, the steel it groans, and Alberta walks alone. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost. We ain't the last, we're the line they lost. Alberta stands, never on its knees. A nation born in the forge of the free. From the rigs to the rails, the crops to the code, we lit their streets, we bore their load. They laughed at pride, they mocked the West, but freedom don't die, it just waits for the test. The cowboys ride, the farmers rise, 5 million strong under open skies. No leash, no lie, no foreign throne. This land is steel and it stands alone. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost. We ain't the last, we're the line they lost. Alberta stands, never on its knees. A nation born in the forge of the free. Can't kill the mountain, can't drown the plain, can't burn the spirit that won't be chained. He stares down east with a calloused hand and says, this time we draw the line in the land. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost.
Hello, hello. Okay, I got the USB camera. I got that one working. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. External mic. That's working now. Okay, we're back. Hopefully you're back with me. I had to reset everything because my mic wasn't working. So come on back. I lost some of you. Come on back. It's 7-Eleven Daily Summary Bruchel here. So excited to be back here in the saddle. I know I've been out for a bit, and obviously we are in the throes of gaining signatures for the petition. Sorry if I lost you there when I had to recycle my page. The microphone was not working, and thanks for coming back. If you're back, let's see here. I'm just going to stall for a bit because I think that...
You got yourself a little something there.
Just leave it. It fuels my hate fire.
All right. It's fueling your hate fire. You guys fired up. All right. I don't know. Did I lose all of you? Hopefully you're coming back. I am back on, and we should be back on here. One moment. Let me just make sure that we are, in fact, live. It looks like we are live there. Okay. And let's just check on X. See if we're live there. Stand by while I check. I only have one of you on here. Why is that? Why? I'm going to make sure I share this out here. Stand by. So I lost a bunch of you when I had to reset. Lost my mic. So hopefully you can step back into the room. We've got an interesting show. I needed to come on tonight. I was debating whether I was going to come on or not, but we've really got to talk about this Mitch Sylvester and the alleged person dropping off the threat to Mitch Sylvester's store in, I think it's Bonneville. Because we want to get it right. I know that the RCMP have said that this was, their statement. I'm just going to look for it here quickly. There was a statement about this incident. I'm just going to quickly look for it here. One moment. Dems. Here we are. For immediate release. All right, you're back in the room, so thank you so much. 7-Eleven Daily Summary, Bruce Scholl here. I am so excited to be back and be here with you. What an exciting time to be alive. Obviously, we are working through getting signatures for the petition and making that a reality. Obviously, that is the launch pad to launch us into a referendum in October. And God bless you all for participating. However you're participating, if you're out there, if you're organizing, if you're gathering signatures, or if you're just out waving a flag, I appreciate you. God bless you all for your participation in making our nation the best place that it can be. Anyway, like I said to you, I'm very excited. Very exciting show. I've got to get to some of this stuff. I felt like I really needed to address what's going on because obviously it is it's a substantial matter, and I don't know how criminal it is. It is obviously scary, and so instead of, I just want to make sure that we get it right. I don't want to make it seem like we've jumped the gun, or if we're saying something that's not real or not right. And I may be controversial here in bringing my view, but I did some research, and I want to share it with you. And I don't know if you guys know Igor, realtor originally from, I'm going to quickly look him up here. I'm going to have him on tomorrow because he had posted something. Let me just see if I can find him. Why can I not find him? Let's see. Where are you, Igor? There you are, Igor. Well, I want to go to him. I don't want to just look at his face. All right. Igor Reltsev. Anyway, Igor, I'm sure I've completely destroyed your last name there. But anyway, he's doing some great posts. I really appreciate him. He's, as far as I can tell, originally from Ukraine. So he has a great perspective on what's going on here. Huge freedom fighter. So, I want to be able to talk to this guy and work with him to make things better. Anyway, he had a post today to obviously talk about said bullet and said threat. So I'm going to have him on tomorrow, and we're going to chat about it, or work through the footage and some of the evidence. And obviously, I don't have all the answers. I just want to make sure that this perspective is shown. Anyway, that's what we're going to do tomorrow. But tonight, I wanted to address it. I think it's important that we talk about it, and so that we make sure that we've got all the perspectives seen and heard, and so that we are making sure that we are getting the right story. You know what? And I don't want to take away from this guy, because it was really idiotic, whoever this guy is, for doing what he did. we're going to get into that here in a second. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for participating and being here with me, Bruce Scholl, and 7-Eleven Daily Summary and Unscrew the News. It is so, it warms my heart, and grateful for the people that are attending and for you participating. Anyway, so we're going to get into it. I want to make sure that you understand we got to share this that way to get more eyeballs on this information. Make sure to send this out to your socials, to your friends, your family. You can follow all of my work at unscrewthenews.com. And oh gosh, other exciting news. I've worked with a local, this is an Alberta producer called ABT's Co. Alberta Teas Company, I guess. And I will highlight it, but he did some great work and has created some lovely, fantastic new designs of t-shirts. And we're going to send $5 from one of the shirts. It's a heritage t-shirt to stayfreealberta.com. $5 every time you purchase one of these shirts. They're only $31. It is a great deal. These are quality shirts made right here, designed right here in Alberta by an Alberta company. There is no margin. There's really no margin, but he's going to give $5 of the sale of that shirt. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Anyway, let's get into it. I always want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to my supporters, and nuggetstacker.com right here in Calgary has supported me through this, through pretty much the whole journey that I've been doing Unscrew the News. But to protect your family's wealth, get gold and silver. I think it's so important for me and my family that I suggest it to you. And I'm not your investment advisor, but I do suggest you doing your research. Silver and gold are both up immensely. I won't get too much into it, but the prices are up because our dollar is worth so much less. That's the bottom line. Anyway, give them a call, 1-866-644-2121, nuggetstacker.com. You can go through my website, unscrewthenews.com, click on the link, and you'll get a bit of a discount. Anyway, let's get into unscrewing some news. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. I'm coming to you from the heart of the battle-ready nation of Alberta, and we bring you truth and optimism, and our goal is to break free from the media and the globalist mind control. Get rid of that brain rot and the elbozos of the world. But anyway, this is February 25th, 2026. This is episode number 267, Bullet or Pen and Signature Collection. Those are the things we're going to talk about. So thank you so much for participating. Let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one up here. Let's see here. Igor. Let's bring Igor up. He's what sort of triggered me to talk a little bit about this today. Igor, that guy right there. Like I said, we're going to talk about this a bit more tomorrow, but he was talking about this, and the bottom line, I don't care where you stand on the petition or the political movement. You do not threaten people. We are Albertans. We settle our differences with a handshake or a heated debate, not with fear tactics. Notice regarding the democratic process, let this situation serve as a clear example and a strict notice. Any attempts to interfere with the lawful democratic process in Alberta will be met with immediate legal action. This includes, but is not limited to, planning to intentionally block streets, access points with vehicles, chasing down, aggressively confronting or harassing signature collectors, issuing threats of any kind to people participating in the political process. Amen to that. I 100% agree. And we're going to get into it also because I was out there. Today was the first day for me with, I went and bought a table and set up a spot. Funny enough, I was setting up my first location at the old CBC location on Memorial Drive. And I thought it was quite ironic when I realized that I was sitting there. Anyway, we won't get into too much of that here right now, but I want to show you this. So in regard to this event, share this instead. We're going to talk about this So Stay Free Alberta condemns intimidation and threats against volunteers and supporters. Amen to that. Let's see if I can make sure. Okay, Bonnyville, Alberta, Stay Free Alberta strongly condemns a disturbing incident, intimidating, targeting Mitch Sylvester, a key signatory and CEO of the Alberta Prosperity Project. An individual entered Sylvester's sporting goods store in Bonnyville, Alberta, and showed a bullet to staff stating, "This is for Mitch." This act constituted a clear death threat against Mr. Sylvester, creating an environment of fear for the two female employees behind the counter. At least one employee has since expressed serious concerns about her safety to the point of considering leaving her job. Such behavior is a deliberate attempt to intimidate and silence lawful political participation in the democratic process. For an Alberta independence referendum, it will not succeed. All right, I'm not going to read that whole thing. You can find it if you'd like to. But I am going to pull up this information that I want to discuss with you, and this is in regard to bullet or pen. Okay, so this is the video that was submitted by, looks like Keith Ramsey, in regard to what they were saying that they actually brought in. So stand by here.
Hi, Mitch. This is Kevin. So this is what you saw. It is a pen, and in your video, you can see clearly that's what the tip looks like. So somebody has just misunderstood things, and we just want to get that resolved.
Anyway, like I was saying, I don't want to discount the event itself. And we're going to play that here in a second. So I'm not going to, just in case you haven't seen it, I'm going to play the videos that Jason Levine has posted here. So that's the surveillance video of the guy going out of the store, it looks like. And then let's see if I can play the surveillance video of over the counter. So this is him at the counter. And what I'm going to do, okay, so right about there, he starts to show the item. Now, at this point in the video, and I hope that you can see this, and I know it's hard because I can't really zoom in. I can try to, but I have to be able to then play the video. So, okay, so looking back at the video, and maybe I'll go back and forth, but let's just show it here. And I can't, unfortunately, I can't slow it down. But he's now got the pen in the right hand, and he's now touching it with the left hand. So let's just play this out here. Stand by. So at that point, I think this is my understanding, is that he may have taken the lid off of the pen. And there he looks like he's showing the pen. Now watch. And then he's putting it back in. So in between his finger and his thumb on his left hand, he has now put the bullet or pen back. Bullet or pen back into what I believe is the cap. So let's go back and we're going to play this again. Starts at about 20 seconds. Okay. So there he is. And let's just play this out. Okay. Okay. So we're going to play it. He's going to reach with his left hand. And I believe that he takes the pen out of the cap. So watch this right there. And now he shows her the pen. And then he puts the lid back on right there. Again, I'm not excusing this person because I think it was completely idiotic. It was unbelievably, ridiculously retarded is probably the best way of saying that. It was a really dumb move to if it's a mistake, if he was trying to be funny or something, it's a huge error in judgment. That's the best case scenario. The worst case is that he's actually threatening the life of that person or Mitch. But I just wanted to make sure that we see this. And I'm going to then go back and I'm going to show you the pen video, because I think that's how
Mitch, this is Kevin. So
that's how I was able to determine. So watch as he pulls the lid off. And I don't want to give him any credit, because obviously if somebody does this, they deserve to be punished. But I also want to make sure that we are, not punishing somebody that was, not actually threatening. So I'm going to go skip ahead to about 20 seconds is where it starts. And I will zoom in so we can zoom in as much as possible. And then let's watch this again together. Then he takes the lid off, shows it to her. And again, I'm not making any excuses, but if I was that teller, if I was that clerk, I would be freaked out that this guy, because you know what a bullet looks like, I would be freaked out that he's showing me a bullet. There is no other way to take that. I don't know. What do you guys have to say? I would love to hear your comments. I know that I don't get a lot of comments, but if you have the opportunity, please reach out. You know what? Actually, I should make sure that I can see YouTube, because I know that there's, let's see here if I can see the comments. No chats as far as I can see. All right. Anyway, I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts on what I'm showing you, because I think that it's important to get all of the information. Again, I know that the RCMP are taking this very seriously, which they should, especially in this day and time. And there is a lot of tension, when people are out there collecting signatures, because the same people that were for Forever Canada and the Lukaszuk petitions to garner signatures, and I think that there was a lot of loosey-goosiness with their collection of signatures. Well, those people now are violent, and I don't believe any of our people that want to separate, to want independence, would have harassed anybody with a Forever Canada petition sign up. I doubt that anybody drove by and gave them the finger and yelled at them and screamed at them and threatened them. But that's what we're dealing with today. So again, I want everybody to be careful, watch your back, try to be with other people, and really pay attention to your surroundings. But back to this matter, I don't know who this guy was, but I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, it is a serious matter. And even if it is a pen and it's not a bullet, it was a really, really dumb thing to do. Anyway, that's my take on that. And I just wanted to bring that up so that we had all the information. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to have Igor on, and we're going to have a little bit of a longer discussion about that. So I'm going to move on to the next subject here, and that's the Tumbler Ridge. Tumbler Ridge, where the trans kid, the SSRI inflicted kid, the person who thought he was in the wrong body, and somebody affirmed that. Anyway, so apparently he was chatting with ChatGPT, and you probably already heard this because I had heard this before. but the company, which is OpenAI, and their staff decided that it was best not to, I guess, out that they were spying on. Maybe there's parameters, maybe there's algorithms that checks for safety issues, but they chose not to take it to the RCMP before he went and shot, as far as I can tell, 9 people, or killed 9 people, shot many more. But anyway, it was on the news today. Tumbler Ridge shooter was having a chat with ChatGPT over days describing scenarios of gun violence, even though some employees interpreted it as something that will lead to real world violence. OpenAI decided not to contact authorities. But what I wanted to address, so this is obviously very disturbing, and it should be a bit shocking. But what I noticed when I was watching the news tonight, Global News was talking about it, and obviously Mark Carnage and probably the Justice Minister, I can't remember his name, they were talking about how there needs to be more controls, and that's the ding 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 ding. Hang on one second here. Let me see if I can find my thing for that. Let me see if I have a sound effect for you for that. One moment. Right? That is the indicator. It's for your safety. So again, they're going to frame it around, we need to do this for your safety. I can't help but put my tinfoil hat on and wonder if maybe it was coincidental now that we're going to say ChatGPT already saw this information and should have alerted authorities. And so maybe we need to give them more control over what happens. And there'll be more spying on Canadians, more spying on anybody using ChatGPT. I don't know, but that's what it seems like to me. So I just wanted to bring that forward. I know that we've all heard enough about the event itself, but this is just my reminder that this is what it looks like. Okay, so I want to talk about gaining signatures. I was out today. I mentioned that I was out at my first opportunity. I went and bought a table, and I sat up on Memorial Drive and 16th Street in the northwest. Anyway, I sat there for a little over an hour, and I got one person, and I was very excited to have one person that joined me. But then I packed up, and I had an idea that maybe one of the truck stops in more industrial area would be favorable. And so I packed up and I went down to the Flying J on Barlow and 114th Ave in the southeast. And it was such a gorgeous day. I have to praise God for, that opportunity. It was just so nice to be standing out there. But I got a lot of traffic, and I will eventually, hopefully, be going back there. But I want to remind everybody that you do have to keep your wits about you, and get out there, get some signatures. It was so fantastic. I met so many amazing people. We had some great conversations. There was one guy that was from Ontario, and he was wondering what it was all about. But he did say to me, and this is quite telling, and it's hats off to you, to my Albertan friends, is that, he had said, I felt so Canadian being here in Alberta, and I just wondered what was going on. So we had a really good conversation. He was not for or against. He understood where we were coming from as far as our perspective. So it was interesting to have a conversation. And but he said that he felt so welcomed here in Alberta, and was it was his first trip here. But he said, I'm considering moving here. And so that's obviously a good sign. I think that I think we're on the right track. One of the other things I'm going to bring this up only because my friend Don Sharp had sent me this today, talking about, and I haven't had a chance to really look into this, but the guy's name is Jerry Galliford, and he did a fairly long piece on the price of parting ways. And if I get a chance to look it up, maybe I'll bring it up here for you. Anyway, I thought it was quite interesting. He had some good points. The price of parting ways, why Alberta belongs in Canada. There's been a lot of talk lately about Alberta going it alone, while the frustration with Ottawa is real. We need to talk about what we'd actually be leaving behind. It's not just a border change, it's fundamental loss of who we are. One, breaking sacred promises. Our history in this province didn't start in 1905. It started with treaties 6, 7, and 8. These are sacred covenants. Well, okay, so they are sacred covenants, but they did cede the land, so we can, start with that. Anyway, a couple of these points I responded back to my friend Don about, but let me see. Number 2, losing the Canadian identity. Being Albertan and being Canadian are two sides of the same coin. From the RCMP's origins of Fort Macleod to our contributions in world wars, our heritage is woven into the Canadian fabric. Citizenship. We'd lose the protection of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. That made me choke. When I read that, I nearly spit up the food in my mouth. Okay, so I don't know where this person has been in the last 5 years, but apparently he forgot that the charter, this charter that we gave a lot of weight and a lot of credence to, has been ripped to shreds by our current governments and the past governments. Let's say the last 10 years, it has really been wiped out. They continue to take away our rights, hand over fist, one after the other. So we're not losing this ability of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. We're going to have our own, by the way. So I can address that by saying that, of course, we're going to have our own, and it's going to be stronger and it's going to be better. And it's going to be for the people. It's not going to be for some crown or some dignitary or some oligarch or some unelected WEF, WHO, UN body in some other land across some ocean. It's going to be right here for the people of Alberta. Legacy. Our ancestors worked to build a nation from coast to coast. To separate is to walk away from that shared victory. Yeah. But like I've said many times, and I wrote an article recently, did I call it a dad story? This is an abusive relationship. We're in an abusive relationship. We are the we are the beaten, and we continue to go back for a beating on a regular basis. Instead of walking away, instead of saying, no, we are done taking your bullshit, the to separate is to walk away from that shared victory. That is the person, the beator, telling you that, things are going to change. I'm going to change now, even though nothing has changed. And just to stay and continue doing the same thing over and over again. Okay, number 3 says the economic and social black hole. This was an interesting one. And let me know what you think in the comments if you like. You can also write to me at unscrewthenews@proton.me. That's my email address. You can send it to. The economic and social black hole. History shows us that separation creates a lost decade. Just look at the uncertainty Quebec faced or the complications of Brexit. Isolation. We become landlocked nation with no guaranteed access to ports. The brain drain. Experts estimate hundreds of thousands of Albertans would leave for the stability of the rest of Canada, taking our talent and our future with them. Wow. dude, you have got to smell the coffee and wake the hell up. Holy smokes. Where do I start? Okay, number 3, the economic and social black hole. I get it. There's some risks, obviously. But the way that I look at it, and I had this conversation with Sylvain Charlebois, if you had a chance, the food professor 2 nights ago, and we discussed it, because what he said was that we have to go through the referendum and just live with the consequences, whatever the consequences are, whether we vote to go or vote to stay. We just need to live with it and then move forward, as opposed to what he said, destroy Quebec, was that it hung over their head, and they really didn't move forward. So I understand that point, except that we need to do that. We need to actually go ahead with the referendum. If we win, then we separate, we move forward, and we just get her done. And if we don't, and we live with it, and we have hopefully a bargaining chip with Ottawa, so that we can reopen the Constitution and make it a fair, unified country. Okay, then I want to address one of the other things that he said in here: isolation, the brain drain. Experts estimate hundreds of thousands of Albertans would leave for the stability. I have to slow that down so you can understand this word. For the stability of the rest of Canada. Are you kidding me? Canada is an anchor that is going down, or where the Titanic. This country is completely bankrupt. Is completely morally bankrupt. 600 churches burned. They want to hack off your children's genitals. They want to maid you. They want to maid your family. They want to maid you if you have a mental illness. They want to destroy people. So this whole thing about experts estimate thousands of... So we are going to create the biggest magnet for business prosperity. We're going to, open up for business. We're going to then create working relationships with great countries like the United States, and we're not going to create a fight between the United States and Canada like Mark Carney has. It's a complete joke. That is our biggest trading partner. What is it? Something like 85% of our trading goes through the United States, and they're our best customer. Instead of screwing them over, we're going to work with them. We don't want to be a 51st state. We don't want to be American. We want to be able to work with our partners, and we want to be an independent nation. I'm going to reiterate that over and over again. We don't want to be a 51st state. We want to be an independent nation, the nation of Alberta, the Republic of Alberta, the people. Hey, maybe we change the name. Who knows? We have ultimate opportunities, because we are dropping the crown. We are getting rid of the monarchy, and we are going to be the independent nation of Alberta. So we have ultimate control. You, the people, we, the people, are going to be making decisions that are going to further our families for generations to come. If you can imagine how great a society, how great a place that we're going to be. We're going to have morals. We're going to bring back, obviously, church and religion, and it's going to be a great place to live for everybody. Education will be on its head, because we're going to actually teach our children usable skills. And maybe we're going to teach entrepreneurship. Maybe we're going to teach farming and ranching, so that we can grow our own food and learn how to be fantastic people. Anyway, I appreciate Don sending me this, and it was quite interesting to go through this article, Culture Built on Partnership. Yeah. Anyway, it was quite interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that with me, Don. And again, I'd love to hear any of your comments on the stuff that I was talking about. But I was sort of discussing getting signatures. I had a great day. I encourage all of you to go out and get signatures, and watch the video that Chris and I did on on door knocking tips and tricks. Good job, Chris. He is now going to be doing a bit of a teaching moment with anybody that wants to learn how to do door knocking. But you can also just watch the video. And I can't remember what day it was, but we did it a few days ago. So good on you, Chris, and get out there and learn more about door knocking, because I think that will be critical, as he said, that it's once we get through the vast majority of people that are so eager to sign, we've got to then reach out to people and go to their doors. So that is the next step in this progression. So. All right, we're going to talk to Igor tomorrow, and let me see here. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? There's so much that's happened. Let me see. I think that was the State of the Union was last night, and I just thought it was funny because I was watching the news, and I think one of the biggest critical moments and I didn't watch the State of the Union, but I did hear about how Donald Trump and the person for which there won't be a name, they won't be naming, very often because they have bad TDS. Anyway, apparently he had asked Congress to stand up if you recognized that it was one of the biggest and most important parts of government was to protect the people. The people of the United States, the American public, and the Democrats all sat there. You have to understand that they are the scoundrels. I mean, they're not even pretending to be there for the people. But I thought it was quite funny because Global News didn't bring up that point, which I thought was probably the biggest slap in the face to the 350 million people that make up the United States of America. All right, I don't know if there's anything else I really want to talk about, but I do appreciate you, and I want to bless all of you, and stay safe, and get out there and get signatures, because we're going to reach 1 million plus, so that we have a strong bargaining chip with our government here in the province of Alberta, and as well in the federal government, so they know that we mean business. We're going to do this peacefully. We're going to do it with the authority that's been given us, and I know that we will be successful. And no matter how long it takes, I don't think it's going to take that long, but the heart that I feel in Albertans, I am so impressed by, and I am so grateful that I'm a part of this amazing movement. If you haven't had a chance to get out there, there's an event, let me see, tomorrow night, where Rebel News is having an event at the Triwood Community Center. I believe it's sold out, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be doing some interviews in person tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. I love that. I love getting out there and doing it in person, and having the chance to meet people and talk with them about what they are looking forward to in this new nation of Alberta. So watch for that. That'll be tomorrow night, as well as the next event that I'm going to be going to is a Cochrane Stay Free Alberta event in Cochrane, and that'll be on Saturday, February 28th. I think the petition signing starts at 1 p.m. and then the speakers come on at 7 p.m. that night. So there's so much to look at. So much to obviously take in. If you're just getting started, stayfreealberta.com is where you want to go to. And oh shoot, hang on one second. I've got to show you this, because Alberta Tea Co. I'm going to pull it up right now. Hang on one second. Alberta Tea. There we are. Oops. Alberta Teas. All right, I'm going to show you this right now. Little shout out to my buddy over at Alberta Teas. And you can find his X profile right here, Alberta T-shirt company. So based right here in Alberta, So these t-shirts are going to be fantastic. Let me just pull up the website here. Let's see if we can pull this up. And yes, there it is. All right, so this is the website to Alberta Tees. And you can click on, look, Unscrew the News right here and get these fine products that he's just put together. It is so awesome. This one I am so proud of. Let's just pull it up. 31 bucks, you guys, 31 bucks. Printed, designed right here in Alberta. And $5 of this, if you buy this, $5 goes to Stay Free Alberta. Look at that awesome t-shirt. Oops, hang on a second. Look at that awesome t-shirt. We got our rig workers putting up an Alberta flag. We got our cowboys. We got some deer. We got a rabbit. And we got some birds, you guys. This has everything that you want on a t-shirt. And I really love the design. Did a great job. All right, I'm also going to go back. Let's see if we can go back and see the other design, which is awesome as well. Check this one out. Oh, he's made a sticker. Look at that. UTN signature decal. All right, let's just look at this one. Yes, check that out. 31 bucks. Let me see. We have 3 different colors, gray, white, and tan. There it is. Anyway, I'm not making any money from this. It's not necessary to make money from this. I just want people to be prideful of Alberta and show their colors, get out there and wear the t-shirts and be prideful of Alberta. Let me see if I can go back and we can show the other products, because there's some great t-shirts from Alberta Tees. And you can look through this on your own. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Thank you so much for doing that, Jay. I appreciate you and your hard work and your patriotic. Man, there's so many people that work so hard for this province. They're doing this out of the heart, out of their hearts. They're doing this for their families. And we're all volunteers, most of us, most of the people that are doing the work, because it's really grassroots. So you can give this to anybody that says that the United States are paying for it or some big dark money. Yeah, that's what you can tell them. All right. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night when I do a live, and watch for me on X and Rumble and YouTube and all that good stuff. So let's stay sane together. Keep your head on a swivel. This is Bruce, and I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching Unscrew the News. I appreciate your participation in freedom in Canada. Share this information and help others to wake up. God bless.